Welcome to the next edition of Jank. So let's get into the second deck of the season, and that is Jund Delirium for Pioneer. Now, I'm hoping that this deck does perform quite well. I did take a little bit of a gap between, of course, last week's episodes and right now. So I'm hoping I can continue at least a semi-good trend here. After that control matchup deck, I had to take a break. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's knock this bad boy out. This is one of the decks that I'm kind of the most excited to try out, just because Jund Delirium is a sweet concept as a whole, and I think it could be pretty decent overall. The brand new cards we have in this deck is Wildfire Wickerfolk, which I think is actually a really good 2-drop, and Drag to the Roots, which is a good removal spell that gets way better when you have Delirium. That's what we're trying out today. If you like Jund Delirium, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, hit that notification so we're for future videos. We're on our way to 2,000 subs. Let's get there together. Let's get into this deck list and see the deck in action. So the deck list, we have our 4 Thoughtseize and 4 pushes right out of the gate. Typical stuff. 3 Copters because it is an artifact, which happens to help with Delirium with Wickerfolk. We have 3 Liliana the Veils, just because it's a decent mid-range Planeswalker that also, like I said, increases our chances of Delirium. Playing 4 Fable Passage and 4 Riveteer's Overlook, so we can get a land in the yard. Copter helps looting away some lands, potentially 2. And of course, we have at least about 5 of sorceries and about 5 or 6 instants. And then we have our 4 Fable the Mirror Breakers, which I think is our only enchantment. We don't really have any other enchantment creatures, but we do have like 8 artifacts with Wickerfolk, Copter, and the Swarm Weaver. Besides that, we have the honorary special card known as Grimflare, which is just super based, right? That's why you play Delirium in the first place, because it's so sweet. Sideboard, though, we do get some diverse stuff, so we can cut our command for our duresses. If we face something that, combo or control, where push and Wickerbloom command is not necessary. We have Pick Your Poisons if you need to answer the new Demon or Atraxa or stuff like that. We have Cindervines for a little bit of artifact and enchantment hate that also helps against control. 2 Damping Spheres for mono green and Phoenix. Damping Sphere is a little bit better now though, since it does win typically for its combo turn is to catch a bunch of spells. 1 Terra Thunder. Artifact and enchantment removal that exiles is okay. Call against command, instant speed, artifact destruction, kill small thing, or make him discard. Extinction Event is a good Wrath for mono green and aggro. We have Obnixilus for the grinding matchups. And then we have 3 Leyline of the Void for Phoenix and Fang, so we can get rid of them by exiling their yard. And it also can come up in relevance against Sacrifice. So that is what we're trying out to see if this deck has what it takes to compete in Explorer. We Blood Crypt, Thoughtseize. Okay. Actually, I kind of want Thoughtseize to happen. Take the Cavern Bat. Go. Because the odds of him actually taking my Grimflare are probably unlikely. I mean, he probably will use Thoughtseize, but I kind of want him to actively use Thoughtseize. Yeah, thank you. That pushes me closer to Delirium. And this triggers as a land, so we have 3 types. I guess we should just... Man, we are losing one. Last thought. Don't want these lands. Wickerfolk is fine. You can't really play the Reggie, right? That doesn't seem very logical. Or he does. And that seems absolutely insane. I ain't pitching nothing here. So crack this. We have 2 black, 1 red. I think I get green, red. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just don't need another black, right? So we kill that. Gives us Delirium. And smack in there. Yeah. No more lands. A push is probably okay. Just to clean up whatever he cast here. Because we got lethal through a removal spell, so he kind of has to have a sweeper. And that is something I can push, right? Actually, I don't even need to, right? It should be revolt. And win. Okay. Done Delirium looking a lot better than some of the decks. So it's like a mid-range pile with hand disruption. Maybe Obnixilus is good here. And that seems to be about it. Terra Sunder may be okay. Over what? Drag to the Roots is probably reasonable. Swarm Weaver for Ob, probably. And a Fatal Push for a Terra Sunder, which I think is a little bit more diverse. Hit more things. So Cliff. What do you got? Yeah, Thoughtseize? Sure. Do you respect the Grimflare this time? Nope, takes the push. Alright, play tap link, go. Don't need to shock myself this time. Probably gonna play Mana Confluence here. Oh my god, another Thoughtseize, huh? Takes my flare this time. Play Fable Passage, crack it. Get a Forest. Say go. Reggie. We play Grimflare. Go. Alright, stomps my dude. And hits me 7. I think I cracked this, get a Black Source. And I think I want to pass, right? I want Reggie to make him discard. And then remove it. Graveyard Trespass. Eats a Grimflare. Decreasing my Delirium here. I mean, Trespasser is pretty good against me in general. But I do gotta admit, this graveyard looks pretty damn good. I'm gonna go ahead and play a Red Knight. And then we will casualty. And make a new mix.
I've conquered entire planes.
Make a devil.
One city.
Uptick.
I have a job for you. Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
I like this move because then I get to maintain these two. I get to chomp this. I will take one by him eating my Grimflare, but that's not really a big deal. I think I'm going to win on the back of these Obnixiluses, not based off of this graveyard currently. Especially since I don't got anything that cares about Delirium right now. This is probably going to be, yeah, going at the big one, but... Oh, he's going to eat my Dread Knight. Oh. That was a mistake. Minus. Uptick.
Go sow some chaos. Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
What are you holding over there? Like a forge. Yup. Yeah, that definitely was a punt and a half by the opponent. He should have ate my Dread Knight when he attacked. Now we get the Dread Knight, we get to trade here, and then we get to buy it back. Keep increasing these. So I'm quite content with this, where we're at right now. 2 Obnixiluses should get there at the end of this. This can't answer planeswalkers, which is definitely weird when it comes to black in 2024. Seems like everything they get these days can answer planeswalkers.
And you'll lose everything.
Just keep upticking.
Pleasure doing
Play a
business.
Fable. And go ahead and drop down a Grimflare. And pass the turn, I guess. We do need to be cautious about this Trespasser with interaction with this Dread Knight. Besides that, I think we're in a good position. I might start attacking with my Grimflare. I don't see why I wouldn't. And I keep upticking these obs until we can maybe drain him to death. This Torment will also potentially kill him. I'm assuming this is coming at Grim. Which means he's at 9. Not a high life total. Still does not attack. We definitely will pitch that. Uptick.
By coin or carnage.
Keep upticking.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
I will shove in there with a Dread Knight. It will trade with something here, I'm assuming. No. Okay, go ahead. I'm so confused. What is happening? How does he not trade here? Okay. Goes, scoops it up. 1-0. Let's get into the next. Great performance. Through PayPal, I'm offering for $20 play your deck through a league. I also give you an article about how to improve the list, and as well as some sideboard guides and very particular matchups. If you want to check out the link, it's in the description. Now, let's get back into the video. Overload. Get a Swamp. Purge, huh? Thoughtseize. Take up the Beanstalk. Tap land, go. It's tap land? Sure. There's no world where I want to play Liliana here, right? I mean, I would have to Mana Confluence. Go ahead and do it.
Enough with the mysteries.
Get rid of a Mana Confluence.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
I don't ever want 2 of these, I don't think. Three-colored deck, huh? So this is a little tricky. We crack the Table Passage. You got a Forest, I suppose. Play a Fable. Uptick. Get rid of a mountain.
Drop it.
So, she's almost the ultimate. I don't think this is a matchup where push is good. That's not bad. So I get to get two drop down. Uptick the Lily.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Get you to 15. Go. You're so close to Delirium here. So far, I've been impressed with the Scarecrow. I might even argue this might be the best Scarecrow in the Rebellion. Do I actually -6 her? Let's get frisky first. Yeah, that probably enables. Nope, does not enable Delirium. So do I minus? Okay, one more time.
Don't overthink.
I might be greedy, but I think it's worth it. I'd rather keep her around, especially in this current board state where we kind of have lethal. Maybe that was the argument that I should have went for it. Oh, that's still not going to do it. You just tap out for an Overlord. Minus.
Sacrifices must be made.
Yeah. Boom, boom. Got it. So Terra Sunder, pick your poison, and maybe Cindervine. Seems like the best courses. Fatal Push seems very mid, doesn't answer much. Maybe EE is a better choice if we could find room for it. Drag to the Roots is pretty decent in this matchup. I think I'm going to trim on Witherbloom Command. I don't want too many sorceries in my deck. That kind of hurts the whole point of the deck. Maybe I only do one EE. I think I like it like that. Okay, tap land. Really off with Thought Thieves. Get the Beanstalk Scoop. Fable's pretty good, but I don't think there's a world where I don't play this Fable Passage, crack it, get a forest, and say go. Now I have kind of a decent amount of options this turn. So I could Glissa here. Or I could pick your poison, eat the Fable, make it where he can't loot. But I don't necessarily think that's the winning line. Go the aggressive route, make sure I use my mana. Yeah, his hand's good anyways, he likes it. It definitely was a correct choice to not go for that line. Which shocked me, and just buys Yorion. The issue is that just kind of lost a lot of its value. So we'd definitely grab a Swamp. And I have 3 types in the yard. So I can't really get that online. Best course, I think, is a Fable. And pass. Next turn, I should be able to pick your poison away, hopefully the Reflection. So I will take this exchange here. And the question is he Yorion, or does he go for something different? Does the Heliod get back what? The Beanstalk? Of course. I think I get rid of Liliana the Veil. Kind of too taxing on the mana right now. So I think this turn I actively want to Fable plus Drag to the Roots. That seems like the best course. I can't double black. And I actively want Delirium. So, my first course of action here, I could definitely get rid of the Reflection of KebbieG, which might be the correct line. It's definitely... And again, Yorion kind of just undoes that, right? I'll make you sacrifice an enchantment. And then I'll draw a card. Seems like a fine enough thing. He's going to definitely get rid of the Nowhere. That makes perfect sense. Draw a card, say go. So he gets up to Beanstalk. So he's further away from Yorion now. At least when it comes to this turn. He probably is trying to find a land. Take 4. Again, we will make you sacrifice an enchantment. So do you sack the up the Beanstalk or the Heliod? I guess, yeah, you could do the Presence, which isn't a bad move, I suppose. Play the Dread Knight. And draw. Say go. Next turn I could double spell, which is kind of nice, or I can actually just... I could deal a lot of damage this turn. He could Yorion, Blink Blink. Yeah, Yorion, Blink, this and this, draw 1. And then probably return the Fable or the return Nowhere. Okay, so that makes my Wicker Folk a little bit worse. I think I play Lily.
No more
Make
distractions.
me minus.
Let's make this quick.
Nectar Heliod.
Haven't you ever heard of personal
Play a
space?
Wicker Cloak. Pass. I definitely could play this removal spell again, but it doesn't seem that great. We're gonna start off, yep, okay, hitting the Lily, which arguably isn't
Whatever.
necessary, but
Luck favors the foolish, after all.
and obeys us, which doesn't do anything. Which actually is a bad thing for me, because that means I'm not ahead on any sort of metric. We'll grab him now. By the Fable. And for a Dreadnought. There you go. Rest in peace. So we lose our Delirium. Seems kind of weird to actually bring that in a matchup. Or that's just a minimal component of my deck. So that isn't a trade, but he's probably using nowhere to run. Yeah, seen that one coming. Alright, so we can get him to 10. Copter. I don't think that's going to win me the game. Neither is that, though. Maybe we do bring an Ob. Extinction Event probably isn't necessary. And run it like that, I suppose. Unless there's a world where I want this Duress. On the play, Duress might be better than a Pick Your Poison. Duress. Yo. Tons of land. I could Copter. I think I will. If I play that into a Fable. I just need to watch out how much damage I'm taking here. Sometimes mana bases are expensive. Take action. Get rid of the Fable. Go. Alright, so he goes ahead and goes to rampant. Get rid of another Fable. I think I want a Fable pass to track it. And that gives me a 2... I can do 2 things this turn. Any green. Get a forest. Exile. I'm at 13. Go accruing. Shove. Get rid of the Overlook. Go. And now we're kind of at broken parity with him. Comes to life totals. Up to Beanstalk, huh? You could untap land plus impending, so that is a possibility, but that's just leaving yourself wide open. Yoria. So, start off with this. Which one do I care about least? Probably Tomb. Tap land. Brimflare, go. Could have maybe I should have saved that in case he has a Wrath. And I could have accrued. Post Wrath, yeah, that would have been probably slightly the better move. But he needs like he has to have a Wrath. Or a way to gain life this turn. Incarnation. So you sacked up the Beanstalk, get a 3-drop. But what 3-drop? Your best bet is if you have a binding, I suppose. You could eat my 2/2, stack it to get a 7-drop. Because Deputy Detention is not enough here, by any metric. Okay, so he's gonna gain 4. Because destroying the copper doesn't make any sense. So we go ahead and play the Dreadnought. And win. 2-0. Getting them next. I am now offering Patreon and Locals content exclusive. It includes sideboard guides, budget guides, exclusive videos, as well as other types of content. If you want to check out the link, it's in the description. Now, let's get back into the video. we play 2 Thought Seeds. What do I care about the most here? Show off? Tap land. Thought Seeds. Show off. Go. So I guess we are gonna... We don't need to land first, I suppose. Wait, Grim Flare. Go. So if I drew a land, I could Liliana the Veil here, minus. That's not in my wheelhouse now. Swift Spear. It grows, pumps. And then probably just cast this Kamanu. And grows. I think I need to prevent 3 points of damage. Now it might be just too late. Yeah, definitely too late. So against aggro, we have EE and then Duress over Thoughtseize. I think that's better because I honestly don't really see a world where I actively want to take 2 points of damage here. Maybe pick your poison strictly for the one creature. Command probably not worth it. And Swarm Reaver might not be worth it. Maybe it's fine. Maybe 1 Duress. Now I'm gonna go 1 Lily. That seems like the best course. So keep that Duress, go down 1 Lily. Run it like that. Able, crack it. Get a forest, go. Quick day. Hit. Run, go. So plot passes. Quicker folk, tap land. Go. Go. So there's the show off. We just need to dodge 1 turn. This pick your poison. Hopefully we can stabilize this. I don't think there's a world where I actually think this is going to work if I blocked the Swifty with anything. If he has a Fling Spell, he wins. And we're 2-1. Yeah, it looks like he has it. Yeah, sure. Alright, 2-1, let's get the wrap up. So what do we think about this deck overall? We didn't actually get to play the Swarm Weaver. I don't really think it's probably worth it, to be frank. The key takeaways, Wickerfolk was perfect. I know people were rating it pretty bad, but actually the card is insane. It's definitely better than Grimflare, which I guess if you compare it, is it a good bar? I don't know, but it definitely had a higher upside and was easier to enable. And it also helps the fact that it itself counts as 2 Delirium types. So that's quite nice. So honestly, I like this as a creature package for a much more aggressive style. Or a more aggressive mid-range style, right? Because I could put FOMO in here and then, that would be a little bit more, even more aggressive. But I think I like the fact that we have a little bit of, interaction, thought seizes, some fables. I kind of like this core package, but with a little bit more of aggressive pieces as our main win cons. So I kind of like that as an aspect. What cards would you have recommended for this deck? I think this deck is actually a pretty reasonable deck to start brewing against, right? I think this is a good foundation of this card. I'll probably cut. I don't know what I would replace it with. But besides that, like I said, everything else, I like this core of the deck. I like the Thought Seizes. I like the push. Drag to the Roots felt pretty good. A 2-mana Answer Anything is a decent removal spell at instant speed. It's like a super go for the throat. Copter was good. Fable was good. So I really like those core pieces. Witherbloom Command, I brought it in here because I thought maybe, there's a world where I want to mill myself to fuel my Delirium, but maybe that's not even necessary because we can actually just get there with the Fable, Copter loots. So maybe I just want to cut the Weaver and up another Copter, and that would make this deck a little bit more aggressive. Like I said, let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about this list. The mana base I think could do a little bit more work against. I wanted to have enough fetches to get in Delirium online. But I felt like I was taking too much damage from my mana base. I might try the new Verges. Maybe the Verges are what this deck kind of wants. But the green Verge, I think, is the Selesnya one, which does not work with this deck. So let me know in the comment section what you guys want me to know about that. What cards would you have considered for this list? I think this deck actually is a pretty solid foundation for a Jank Tank deck. So this is actually, I would say, a net positive for regarding to Jank Tank. So until next time, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.